So I'm sure that he ain't gonna change. He's gonna be who he is. And again, he don't bother me. I don't think 2 seconds about none of that because he's not on my level. You know what I mean? It's like he's not talking about business. You know what I mean? It's just giving his opinion, trying to promote his son. I don't agree with. Floyd told me many years, probably go 25 years ago, that what kind of person he was. But initially, I'm just being honest, I didn't believe him. I had to see it for myself. And my description of him, he's a horrible person.
Leonard Ellerbe has stirred up major controversy in his latest interview, not only by revealing sensitive details about Floyd Mayweather, but also by shedding light on Floyd's financial troubles. The former CEO of Mayweather Promotions confirmed that Mayweather is dealing with serious debt and potential bankruptcy. Ellerbe also mentioned that the same money problems that reportedly kept Floyd stuck in Dubai last year are once again causing issues.
An American dream, man. You got 55 cars, 40 girlfriends.
Well, actually,
you're a billionaire now, right? Come on, let's salute this billionaire on stage.
But how many years ago you was broke? When I say broke, you ain't have a lot of money, you was just barely making it.
Ellerbe's comments have fans wondering if he's out for revenge against Mayweather, who removed him from his position as CEO. If you remember, around this time last year, Gervonta Davis confirmed that Floyd had been stuck in Dubai, and that was true. He was only allowed to leave after agreeing to pay off his debts within a year. If he didn't, he'd have to return to sort things out. During a recent interview, Ellerbe was asked directly about Floyd's current financial state. At first, he avoided the question. But the interviewer pushed back, saying that answering would help clear up the rumors, and that's when things got interesting.
Floyd had posted that you was no longer a part of Mayweather Promotions. You care to say anything about that?
There's nothing to say other than I appreciate the opportunity to do something amazing. We had an incredible run, and I'm forever grateful and thankful. Blessed.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Yeah. That's
blessed.
I love to hear that shit.
According to Ellerbe, Floyd Mayweather didn't manage to pay off his debt in time, so he had to head back to Dubai to honor his agreement. This trip happened around the same time Floyd was making headlines for all the wrong reasons, like false reports of buying a $42 million mansion in New York, unpaid debts to jewelry stores, and accusations of tax fraud. Some people think he ran off to avoid trouble, but that's not the case. In fact, things are even tougher for him in Dubai. He owes a lot more over there, hundreds of millions, according to Ellerbe. While he's dealing with those financial and legal issues in Dubai, more problems are waiting for him back home. Once that's handled, he'll have to return and face what's coming here, too.
You know, which he's done a good job thus far. But then sometimes there's a line that you cross with some of the things and you turn some people off.
In a surprising turn, Leonard Ellerbe revealed that he left Mayweather Promotions because of Floyd Mayweather's financial misconduct and mismanagement of the company. "I had to walk away," he said. "It was heartbreaking, but I couldn't keep going. Floyd's made a lot of poor decisions over the years, and I've taken the hit for too many of them. Enough is enough, it had gone on far too long."
Years, and what is it about him that's
He's always been jealous of Floyd. He's always been jealous of Floyd, and if that ain't obvious, I don't know what it is, you know.
After Ellerbe's claims, fans flooded the comments with their thoughts. Many pointed out that Mayweather's financial troubles likely come from his massive spending habits, something that's caused a lot of athletes to go broke after retirement. Some also questioned whether he's been honest about his net worth, suggesting that his flashy lifestyle might be more about maintaining an image than reflecting reality. One fan said, "It's probably not as serious as people think. Only his main passport would be flagged, he could still travel." Another added, "In the UAE, it's not unusual for employers to hold on to employees' passports. My guess? He's in a dispute with someone powerful, maybe even a royal, and that kind of person can pull a lot of strings."
Just barely making it.
today, I ran all the way here.
Why?
Because I couldn't even buy a bus ticket.
That's crazy.
But you still had 55 cars.
No, I don't.
What happened?
Well, I bought myself some crack.
Dang.
And then more crack.
Speculating on why Mayweather is stuck in Dubai, another fan weighed in. There are actually a few reasons he might be held there. First, there are rumors of money laundering. Second, he reportedly lost a fortune at a casino, hit his credit limit, and then tried to leave without settling the bill. He supposedly told them he'd write a check or sign a letter of obligation, but the casino wasn't buying it. Police ended up surrounding his plane to stop him from leaving until he paid up. Meanwhile, a trolling fan took shots at Floyd's flashy lifestyle, calling it fake and saying, he should be called Floyd No Money Mayweather now. They claimed he wasted his wealth trying to impress on social media and spending on women, and now he owes the wrong people in Dubai. He's not the superstar he used to be, the comment read. He's gone from the top to a shadow of what he was.
With the disrespect thing, that's just something I don't get into. Floyd's a legend in this sport. He's accomplished everything in the sport, beat everybody's TBE.
According to Ellerbe, Floyd Mayweather only stands to make around $20 to $25 million from his next fight, far less than what he reportedly owes in Dubai. That's why he's pushing so hard to lock in an exhibition match with Jake Paul. But if he doesn't pay back what he owes after all this time, things could take a serious turn for the worst. What's surprising to many is that, despite all these claims, Floyd hasn't slowed down his extravagant lifestyle. He still presents himself as living large, even while dealing with these major financial issues.
Oh no, none of these guys are like Floyd. Floyd was...
Many fans have slammed Leonard Ellerbe, calling him a traitor for spilling private details about Floyd Mayweather since leaving Mayweather Promotions. But what most people don't realize is that Floyd may have been the first to betray Ellerbe. According to insiders, Mayweather's actions pushed Ellerbe to the edge, and what we're seeing now is his way of hitting back. Although Ellerbe kept quiet at first about Floyd's debts and legal troubles, things changed after his exit from the company. Since then, he's been actively working against Mayweather, even going as far as sharing information with federal agents about Floyd's location and assets.
Into my lifestyle, showing people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings, all belong to me.
Rick Glazer also weighed in, stating that Floyd Mayweather's public appearances suggested that the earlier claims about him being stuck in Dubai might have been exaggerated, or that he somehow managed to find a way out in May. However, Leonard Ellerbe has now come forward with a different story, claiming that Floyd was indeed held in Dubai. According to Ellerbe, Floyd's release only happened after his bank accounts were frozen, with the condition that he pay off his debts. As the former CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Ellerbe had an inside view of Floyd's financial situation, which made him privy to details others didn't know. He was aware of what was going on long before Gervonta Davis spoke out. Ellerbe now says that while Floyd has returned to the US, he is still effectively held down by his financial troubles in Dubai.
Guess what? You can do the same. It's all about making power moves.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them in New York City right now, we're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on.
While Leonard Ellerbe didn't go into further detail about Floyd Mayweather's situation in Dubai, several leaks in recent weeks have hinted at what happened. According to these leaks, Ellerbe revealed that Mayweather was given a huge sum of money at a casino, but he lost it all gambling. Since there are no legal casinos in Dubai, it's believed this happened at a private casino. As a result, Mayweather's private jet was reportedly surrounded by police at the airport, and his money was rendered useless. His bank accounts were blocked, preventing him from leaving until his debt was settled.
All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
Floyd Mayweather's detainment in Dubai meant he could move around the city and live as lavishly as he wanted, but he couldn't leave the country. To make sure he didn't escape, the Dubai authorities stationed security around his private jet. It's widely believed that Mayweather owes a massive amount, likely in the hundreds of millions, and he's reportedly paying over $20 million a month toward his debt. Instead of making smarter financial moves, he's continued his extravagant lifestyle, leading to even more debt. Another point to consider is that Dubai has a reputation for detaining Americans who owe money. What's odd is that the media has remained unusually quiet about Mayweather's situation, and even the White House has stayed silent. Recently, his former protege has been exposing Mayweather's hidden dealings, including accusations of scamming people in Mexico. Leonard Ellerbe's claims about Mayweather's financial troubles seem to line up with what Gervonta Davis has said, that Mayweather is being held hostage. It's also surprising, given Ellerbe's history of staying quiet, that he's now revealing these details about Floyd.
Just out of curiosity, bro, you said that Floyd was kidnapped by the Abu Dhabi folks. Any comment on that?
And again, like I was just saying,
After leaving Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerbe has shifted gears and entered the world of women's college basketball, quickly finding success. His first venture into this growing field paid off fast. Ellerbe attended a press conference in State College, Pennsylvania, where he announced the transfer of one of his clients to Big Ten powerhouse Penn State. As McMiller's advisor on NIL, name, image, and likeness deals, Ellerbe is making an impact in a whole new arena. For 17 years, Ellerbe was the face of Mayweather Promotions, playing a key role in promoting Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view events. He helped build the brand behind some of Mayweather's most famous fights, including the undefeated 5-division champion's 2015 victory over Manny Pacquiao at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
Talked a little about big news came down yesterday. Leonard Ellerbe no longer in at Mayweather Promotions. Seems like that's happened a couple times over the course of the years back. I remember years ago I was thinking Richard Schaefer was going to take over, but now apparently that is happening. Thoughts on Leonard Ellerbe making his way out?
I think Leonard is still in a good position, and I don't think that it was any animosity between Floyd.
The Mayweather-Pacquiao fight brought in over $600 million in total revenue and set a US pay-per-view record with approximately 44 million buys. Leonard Ellerbe, the former CEO of Mayweather Promotions, was deeply involved in the success of this massive event. However, his time with the company came to an end following a situation that led to his departure, which was officially announced by Floyd Mayweather on Instagram. Richard Schaefer, the former CEO of Golden Boy Promotions, has since taken over Ellerbe's role. One fan commented, "It's about time people start defending this guy. For years, maybe they haven't realized it, but I've talked trash about him for so long. Just because he was Tank's promoter, people loved him without thinking."
I just think that it was just time for him to move on.
Of course, Leonard is very wrapped up in PBC type stuff here with this promotion and everything that they do. Do you think that played any part in him leaving Mayweather Promotions?
I guess it could have played a part. I mean, if you're in between promotions and you're working with one and you're not working with the other.
One fan shared a rather strange opinion, saying, "I don't know why, but his facial hair always looked totally off to me. I can't explain it, but it never looked real. That's why I never liked the guy." Another fan reflected on Ellerbe's long history with Mayweather Promotions, commenting, "It's crazy how Ellerbe has been with Mayweather Promotions from the start. I still remember when he went from being Floyd's head masseur to CEO. He took that job seriously, always licking his lips while massaging Floyd's head in the corner." The last fan had something critical to say about Ellerbe's replacement, arguing that Mayweather Promotions wouldn't be the same without him, saying, "They're not going anywhere without LRB."
I mean, yeah, so. But I don't think there was no, like I said, I don't think there was no animosity or anything, because even Floyd always spoke as, you know, he would always say that, you know, when Al Heyman has fights, you know, because he can always get his fighters on Al Heyman shows.
I mean, do you think it was a little difficult for Leonard being in a tough spot, because obviously very close to Tank here, and then
Schaefer's track record over the past 8 years has been far from impressive. If you look at what he's done, it's hard to ignore his failures. He couldn't secure TV coverage for the World Boxing Super Series, WBSS, from the start, which should have been easy. He also had 2 promotional companies that ended up flopping badly, and the fighters signed to him saw their careers take a hit. It's like he's in a constant strikeout streak in baseball. While there were already rumors about similar issues, the recent update still caught everyone off guard. Leonard Ellerbe had been Floyd Mayweather's close confidant from the very beginning of his boxing career, but things seem to have changed as Mayweather Promotions has struggled in recent years.
of course we know Floyd and Tank had their ups and downs, so mostly downs recently.
Yeah,
So do you think that was?
Yeah, that makes it tough. That makes it tough. That makes it where, you know, he basically, because a lot of times friends want you to pick sides. But I mean, Leonard's smart enough not to pick sides.
Amid all the drama, Floyd's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, offered some insight into how Leonard Ellerbe managed the rocky relationship between Gervonta Davis and Floyd. While Floyd had occasionally criticized Davis after the boxer left his promotions company, things escalated to the point where Davis even spread rumors about Floyd being stuck in Dubai. The two began openly attacking each other on social media. When asked about the situation, Jeff admitted that it was tough for Ellerbe to handle. However, he pointed out that friends often try to push you to pick a side. According to Jeff, Ellerbe made a smart move by staying neutral, explaining, "Leonard is smart enough not to take sides. He just stayed focused on business."
Not to pick sides, and he just kept it business.
It seems like Mayweather Promotions has kind of, over the last few years, not had the place of prominence that it had previously. Do you think that was part of it too, or it seemed like it's kind of more of an afterthought at this point?
Well, I mean, I just think that
Jeff Mayweather acknowledged that Ellerbe's position between two promotions could have played a role in the situation. "If you're working with one and not the other, yeah, it could have been a factor," he said. However, he was quick to clarify that there was no real animosity between Ellerbe and Mayweather. Jeff explained that the real reason for the split was Ellerbe's reluctance to part ways with Al Heyman, which led to the break between him and Mayweather. Floyd had always mentioned that, when Al Heyman has fights, he can always get his fighters on Al's shows. Despite the split, Jeff emphasized that there's no bad blood between the two, and they're still on friendly terms. That it will be interesting to see how Mayweather Promotions performs under Richard Schaefer's leadership in the boxing world moving forward.
I mean, it got to a point where, I started hearing a lot of young fighters saying that, they're not getting fights, and
Initially, Floyd Mayweather shared his decision to part ways with Leonard Ellerbe only on social media. However, after his announcement was widely misinterpreted by both boxing fans and professionals, the undefeated boxing legend decided to go live for further clarification. Before going live, Floyd posted an old photo of himself with Richard Schaefer on Instagram, along with a caption that outlined the decision. The post read, "Mayweather Promotions would like to extend our deepest gratitude to Leonard Ellerbe for his exceptional leadership and unwavering dedication over the years. Leonard has been an integral part of our team, contributing to numerous business endeavors that played a key role in the success of Mayweather Promotion."
for that, I have no idea. But, and so basically, if you're not getting work, you gotta do something.
Jeff Mayweather also touched on an internal issue that might have contributed to the split between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Leonard Ellerbe. He revealed that many young fighters within Mayweather Promotions had been complaining about not getting enough opportunities to fight. According to Jeff, this was because Ellerbe had been spending more time with PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, neglecting his primary responsibilities. "I'm starting to hear a lot of young fighters saying they aren't getting fights, and who's to blame? I don't know," Jeff said, his concern evident. "Basically, if you can't get work, you have to do something."
So what do you think about, Richard Schaefer obviously tightening the sport for many, many years? Do you think that was a good move for Floyd?
I think